Hey everyone, Ron Milligan with RE/MAX Select here. I've got the latest condo market statistics for the close-in area for Portland, and these are for the area from the river up to the west-southwest hills, and then from the North Pearl down to the South Waterfront. So just this closer in, tighter area where our office is located. The story is pretty similar to what we saw last month, which is a decrease in the supply, in our supply and demand equation. The number of active condominiums went from 295 down to 274, which was a 7% decrease in the supply. There was also a small decrease in the number of pending transactions, sort of our measurement of the demand side of the equation. That went from 114 to 101. That was the number of pending transactions that we have at the time. So if we do the math on the number of sold transactions, if we're just taking the average of the last 12 months, we're looking at an inventory of 3.2 months of inventory, which is a pretty good number. I mean, it feels more like a balanced market number, tending towards a seller's advantage. However, that's not the case. That's not what we're experiencing, and we'll get to that, and there's reasons why in a second. Looking at the last 30 days to tell us what's going on with the market right now, we're at 96 transactions in the last 30 days. That's down from mid-September, 108, but still pretty strong, in line with what we've been seeing since about July. The average sale price as a percentage of the asking price at the time that the property went under contract was 97.4%, which is not terrible. But, like in a normal market, we'd like to see, 98% of the asking price on average. This is a little bit below that. On the other hand, though, the average sale price versus the original asking price. So we listed the condo, we let it sit, and then we did a price reduction. Maybe we did another price reduction. What is the average sale price versus that original asking price? That number was 94.58%, so a little bit worse than that. And then in addition to that, the days on market is still really high for condominiums. We're looking at 59 days on market on average, and 97 days for our collective days on market. So sometimes what happens is an agent will list a condominium. They're trying to get a cheap repop on RMLS and make that property show up in front of everyone who has automatic searches set up on all of the search sites that they use. Normally we would do that with a price reduction or something like that. But in this case, one thing that you can do as an agent is you can cancel the listing and then relist it at the exact same asking price. And that can reset the days on market, but it doesn't reset the collective days on market. So probably the more real number is that 97 days average collective days on market before they get an offer on the home. Average sale price for the first 9 months of 2020 compared to the first 9 months of 2021. Keep in mind that 2020 was a terrible, terrible year for condominiums, unlike single-family homes where half the year was quite good and half the year was not so good. So the average sale price for the first 9 months, that's out of 489 transactions in 2020, was $464. Average sale price for the first 9 months of 2021 out of 802 transactions was $515. And that's about a 10.9% increase in the average sale price, 2020 versus 2021, year over year. And then this average sale price in the last 30 days for those condos in that area, that sample we're drawing from was $510, $748. So, the inventory in months, the decrease in the supply of active listings is all good. That being said, it is still taking a lot of patience to get condominiums sold in this market. If you've got a good condo, you're realistic about the pricing, you're good at, got a good HOA, strong HOA, like no crazy over the top HOA, monthly HOAs that you're dealing with, special assessments, that sort of thing. Decent views, good location, you're probably going to sell, but it could be what we've been experiencing. It could be a couple of weeks before you get your first showing. And again, like I said last month, there are not a ton of buyers out there, but what we do know about those buyers who are out there looking is that they're serious buyers. there's no looky-loos and there's no curious neighbors that are coming in to take a look at condominiums. They're pretty serious buyers. So it may be that you don't get a lot of showings, and maybe in your first month you get 2 showings, 3 showings, but one of them might be your buyer. So that's what we've been experiencing on the condo market. If you have any questions about what's going on in your neck of the woods, as always, all real estate is local, and we are happy to share what we know about the numbers for your particular building area, whatever it happens to be. All right, just reach out to us, and we're happy to oblige. Talk to you next month.